We are back with another Wuthering Waves video. We are literally playing Wuthering Waves, and so I wanted to go over the whole thing as a whole. We just got off the Gotcha cast with Techie, Cap, Legions, Gotcha, Smack, Genizod, Sane, Shinya, all those good people. And so I think there's a lot of outrage, and I understand the outrage for the polls, and I just want to give my genuine thoughts, because as a whole, I was falling asleep a little bit during the live stream. I was tired. So let's break this down real quick, because I think the contents of this patch is not bad. And I think if you went into this patch listening to the leaks and expecting a free 5-star, and especially if, expecting like a free String Master or a free Geon, it's a little, you're definitely going to be disappointed. Patel, what's going on? Good morning. Bidex, what's going on, brother? Good morning. Good morning. So let's go over everything piece by piece. So gifts of grand celebration. So you're going to get 10 pulls off rip and whatever this is, which is really dope. Oh, no, you get this on 5/23. Keep in mind, this is after the Zany banner. It's a little stinky. It sucks a little bit, absolutely, but this isn't the worst thing in the world, because you still have another 4 reruns there, as well as Chiacona. So while this definitely isn't my favorite thing, I'm not going to sit here and crash out about it. Gifts of Grand Reunion, you're getting your 5 Lustrous Tides, your 5 Radiant Tides, and then you're going to get 300 more Asterite, as well as, I think the modifier is the Echo stuff. So the Echo stuff is fine. The Echo stuff could genuinely be better, but personally, to me, the way I think you should be using these Echoes, and I'm going to break a video down a little bit more, is you should be using those Echo selectors for 3 cost. You should not be wasting it on a 4 cost and 1 cost. 4 cost bosses will no longer have a cooldown, so you can infinitely farm those sumbitches, right? So you really want to make sure you're using that on your 3 cost. That way you don't have to fucking sit there and be miserable, because that shit's ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. So there's that. You are getting an additional 10 pulls, a glider, a shiny, and a bunch of tubes and stuff, and then more Asterite. And we are getting a Changli and Carlotta skin. These skins are kind of crazy, I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm a married man. So I will not be buying it. No, I'm not a gooner, even though I have Cantarella's tongue licking my head right now. I ain't a gooner, so I am buying it. By the way, I'm buying it. So you do get these as well. That will be coming in 2.4. So overall, I think it's about 37 pulls you're getting for free. 27 pulls during Zany, I believe, and then the other 10 afterwards, right? So that's fine. So you're getting another 10 here, and then you're getting this shop, so you could pick the Nightmare Echoes, you could pick these skins. All solid shit, man. Complete convene task, yada, yada, yada. Really good stuff. So your top-up's going to be resetting. They have revamped the returning player, where pretty much you're going to be able to log in, and who have not logged in for 60 consecutive days, you're going to get a 7-day login, so you're going to get pulls for that, but also 10 Radiant Tides from that, and a bunch of other fucking rewards. So this is dope. If you haven't played in a while, it's a great time to come back. The podcast is kind of whatever. The Battle Pass, I don't think, is really a big point of contention. It is what it is. I definitely would have liked more new weapons. That I should have brought up, but whatever. It is what it is. Resounding Waves is going to be a web event. You get a couple Asteroid, I believe. You will be getting Birthday, so keep in mind. Thank God. Genshin Impact gives you the mail finder. Well, you now can have your... I'm just kidding. I was about to say that there's a mail finder in WoWa. They didn't have that in WoWa. But I feel like this is fine. Like, a little cute thing. And pre-registration rewards are going to be going away, but in 2.4, they will be giving out a free 5-star selector for newer players. Again, all of this is really fine. I think so far it's pretty okay. The polls suck. The polls suck. Everything else, though, has been okay. So version 2.3, the new story looks fucking beautiful. It literally looks like an arcane underworld. Zany is obviously hot as hell. You're going to get another story event that's going to be told a little bit differently. Also, by the way, boys, thank you for the follows. I have my alerts off while I record this one, but I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A new permanent event, Dreaming Deep. Was that this? I don't know what that is. That's not Elusive Realm. I don't know which one that is. That might have missed that. But another permanent event, you get 2 new holograms, 2 new Phantom Echoes, or 4 new Phantom Echoes, which is dope. Optimizations, change the appearance of the Resonator's Glide, data modification, ray tracing, 120 FPS, no cooldowns for the boss fights, glossary, game resources, download optimization, and then we get into the 2 new characters. You're going to have Zany, who is a Gauntlet user, Chiacona, who's a gun user, Phase 1 will be Zany. Phase 2 will be Chiacona. These are their weapons. They both look fucking crazy. This is the part where it gets a little crazy. And this is really 100% depending on your framing. Now, I'm looking at this framing as I think this is good because this gives people the chance to catch up on characters they're missing. Especially if Zany's going to need some Spectral Frazzle and you don't want to use Spectral Rover because you maybe want to use them on the Arrow Rover side. Now you have the chance to get Peeb, you can get Jing Liao, you can get Gigi, you can get Yinlin, you can get Jian, and you can get all their weapons. Now the weapon banners, these are obviously guaranteed, but these are not guaranteed. These are 50-50, and this sucks. This absolutely sucks. You should have been able, Saint brought up a very good suggestion. The first one should have been 100% guaranteed at 40 pity, that way to make life a little bit easier, right? So that one was really, this is a pretty big miss, and this is part of the reason why the reward distribution is not that strong, because if you go down to phase 2, you're getting another 4 fucking reruns. Actually, I'm sorry, 5. Holy shit, I can't count. I'm sorry. 5 reruns on top, again, with all 5 corresponding weapons. So this is the part that's a little shitty. The reward distribution should have been better, but if you're willing to spend the money, especially on the weapons, I ain't gonna lie, I get it. Scammy, I don't think it's necessarily scammy. Again, it depends on your framing. It absolutely depends on your framing. So yeah, I see it. It does suck that it's happening both Zany and Giacona, but yeah, this is really good for whales or people who just want to catch up. It is. So we don't know how much Asterite we're going to get during the patch, but we're not going to get enough to guarantee all of this, or even a fraction of this. So this part's a little rough, man. That I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't mind this concept, but I think the execution is really not the best. And as Nina said, time to C6 your brand. There you go. That's what that's for, right? Special events, the Cube event looks dope. The Memory event looks dope. The Cube event actually looks really interesting. Cube Derby, it's Carnival, Gilded Nightmare. There's so much fucking shit there. And then you're looking at the title photography, the merch. I don't really particularly care about. But I'm going to be honest with you. Overall, I don't think this is the worst thing in the world. I think, again, if it genuinely depends on your framing, right? Depths of Elusive Realm is coming back. 2.4, we're getting the skins. 2.3 has a really cool event. Zany's story looks fucking amazing. And we are getting a Cyberpunk Edgerunners collab a year plus down the road. Now, granted, that is so far away. It is what it is. I ain't even going to bring that up. For an anniversary patch, I think if they would have delivered some more pulls, yeah, I think it would have been better. Absolutely. But I think people are too hung up on the potential free 5 so that they thought they were going to get. Yes, I get why people are upset about that because of the leaks, but realistically, they weren't going to give you a free Zany. They weren't going to give you free Chiacona. That genuinely was not... I don't know where the fuck that came from. I really don't know why people were saying that. So, with that being said, I don't think it's bad. I think, again, rewards lackluster. Everyone could absolutely agree on that. But the actual contents itself aren't horrible, and that Echo thing is going to probably be pretty good for some people. So... yeah, those are my honest thoughts. No shilling. You guys know I shit on the game as much as anybody. I'm probably more critical than most people, if you want me to be very transparent with you. But I think overall it's going to be solid. You're going to have enough content for about like 2 weeks or so. And yeah, I mean, like fucking, it's not a 3.0 patch. As Tech said, if it was a 3.0 patch, I would understand. But this is not a 3.0 patch. So those are my thoughts. On it. Other than the polls and the lack of polls for this is a little unfortunate. But again, This is a changing point to catch up as opposed to with Star Rail where it feels like you need to get those characters. You don't need to get anyone here, right? So, yeah, I think it's valid. With that being said, they should have added sex. I'll see you in the next one.